Bit of a team fight going on in left. We're going to rotate over, see if we can catch anyone out of position. We're going to throw out our 2 on the minion wave. There's Cupid. Bakasaur, we're going to ult him. And you know, I don't know about that. I thought we got him. We're able to get the pick onto the Cupid. Our team's on the Gold Fury. We're going to go ahead and clean that up. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we're going to be doing a skin showcase for the RAPHAEL Loki skin. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, or if you just have a good old time, make sure you subscribe to the channel for some more Smite content. If you are a returning viewer, I feel like the RAPHAEL skin has the least amount of unique animations to it compared to the normal Loki kit. I feel like all of the animations look almost exactly the same as Loki animations. This game, we have a pretty salty team, and we kind of work with it. So let's go ahead and jump into Loki's kit. Loki's 1 banished. Loki's gonna appear in a puff of smoke. While invisible, he's gonna move 35% faster, remove slow effects, and gain immunity to slows. His next basic attack from stealth, or 2 seconds after, is gonna apply a bleed that deals damage every 0.5 seconds and reveals Loki. If Loki takes damage while in stealth, he'll be revealed for 1/3 of a second. The stealth duration is 4 seconds, and the damage duration is 2 seconds, so the bleed will tick 4 times. Loki's 2, Agonizing Visions. Loki's going to summon a vision of his tortured past on a ground location for 4 seconds. Enemies within range are going to take damage and have their damage dealt reduced by 5% for 2.5 seconds. This effect can stack up to 4 times if an enemy gets 4 stacks that are become blinded, allowing Loki to benefit from behind you from any direction for 3 seconds. Loki's 3, Flurry Strike. Loki's going to unleash a flurry of 5 daggers in a cone in front of him. After the 5th hit, he's going to wind up and deal a final heavy strike that deals higher damage and slows enemies by 30% for 3 seconds. This ability can benefit from behind you. Loki's ultimate, Assassinate. Upon activation, Loki's going to teleport to a ground target location. If an enemy god is within the radius, Loki's going to slice that target, dealing damage and crippling them for 1 second. After he teleports, he will wind up to a heavy strike, damaging all enemies in front of him and stunning them for 1 second. We have a little bit of action going on. We're trying to hit our red buff, but we're also being invaded. We place our 2. That was probably not our best 2 to place. Now we're in a little bit of trouble. We don't really have the health or the mana to take a fight right here. Chances are we're just going to concede our red. Bakasaur has high pressure in the early game. He can kind of steal any camp he wants because he can just gobble them up. So we're just going to let them have our red. Go ahead and review Loki's passive, his final ability. Behind you, Loki deals more damage from basic attacks when hitting enemies from behind. His basic attack also utilizes a 5 swing progressive chain. The bonus damage from hitting an enemy from behind is 20%, and Loki's attack chain is, let's say, 100% damage. Then it's going to be about 50% damage for the next 3 hits, and then the 5th and final hit is going to deal over 100% damage. So when we were attacking our speed camp, it was 73, 37, 37, 37, 110. Since we lost our red buff, we're going to be a little short on gold. Normally we want 900 gold so we can buy tier 2 boots. Unfortunately, we did not have enough money, which means that our damage is going to be a little bit low on this second rotation. We're just going to make it work. It's better to play safe than it is to die in the early game. Since they took our red, we lost a lot of pressure. They probably got their red and have a bit of a lead going on right now. So we're going to hit speed, then go over to blue. In terms of the leveling order, we're going to put a point into our 3, put a point into our 2 to help out with the wave clear once we go to mid. Then we're going to put a point into our 1. And then we want to max out our 3, max out our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 1, and then max out our 2. Whenever we left Fountain, we left with the Jungler's Blessing, the tier 1 of Mace, and then we bought a health potion and Hand of the Gods. We want to use our Hand of the Gods on the Harpies after hitting speed then blue. This is going to allow us to kind of get to mid really quickly. Red's still down, so we're going to rotate back to mid. Throw out our 2. We're trying to wait a little bit for Merlin before like full clearing the wave with all of our abilities. Merlin's within range. We're going to go ahead and rotate to our red buff. We assume Poseidon's not coming, but here comes a ultimate, and he's able to steal the red buff. We get an okay from Merlin, so I just say okay back. There's like, I don't know, there's not much we can do right there. Poseidon wants to come in and use his ultimate to secure the red. He's going to secure the red. If Bakasor and Poseidon want to invade early on, that's what they're going to do. We're going to use our 1. Bakasor jumps in, he gets the basic. We're going to hit our jungle shrine. We're going to go ahead and ult out. Bakasor blinks in, we throw down our 2. And we should be able to just back right here. So that's a second rotation where we really weren't able to get the gold that we needed. We're a little behind, but we're going to make it work. Normally, we'd be leaving with tier 3 boots right now, but unfortunately, we just don't have the money. We're going to go ahead and do a normal rotation, start on a speed camp. Now, after... Oh, we're going to go blue. I think after the second rotation, it doesn't really matter if you go into Harpies or if you go to blue first. If you want to rotate to solo lane, I think it makes sense to pick up Harpies and then go blue and then rotate over. So it looks like Bakasor invaded our Harpies. He just has a lot of high pressure early on in the game. He is going to be an issue. This seems to be a pretty good Bakasor, so we're going to want to try to use our ultimate on him, get him out of the team fights as often as possible. We're not clearing the wave until Merlin is within range. Now that he's getting close, we're going to cast our ability. Our red is about to be up. It looks like our team was able to survive over in dual lane, so we're going to stop our rotation left and then just secure this red buff. Purple's up. I'm going to go ahead and rotate over. I'm a little low on gold. This upsets Hercules. Poseidon's here. We cast our 2. We don't necessarily want to full commit onto him quite yet. We do have our ultimate. We probably could have just bopped him pretty hard right there. We're going to try to contest these Harpies. If Poseidon's here and Bakasor here, we're just going to fall back. It's not really worth it. We're going to fall back to our Harpies. Go ahead and drop it. Our speed is about to respawn, so we're going to back after this camp. We finally have our tier 3 warrior Tabi. We want to go into warrior Tabi. It's going to give us 40 power. We're going to be going into an ability based build, not an attack speed based build. I think the ability build on Loki is a little bit better than the movement speed, attack speed build. So we're just casting our 2, then using our 3. Once the minions have been hit 3 or 4 times, it's actually 4 times by our 2, then every attack that we land is going to benefit from the backstab, which is going to be 20% extra damage. We're able to secure the blue. Cerberus is a very tanky solo laner, so even if we full commit on him, there's a good chance that we're not going to be able to kill him. We use our ultimate, we get to stun him while he's in our 2. Oh no, Mulan's able to secure it. Very nice. We missed a few basics. If you notice, Cerberus ulted us, which is a knockup. While we're using our 3, we're immune to knockups. So Cerberus was not able to ult us. 3 people in mid. We don't think we're going to be able to secure anything, so we're just going to rotate to our Harpy. They're kind of poking out Kronos. Kronos uses his ultimate. We're going to hang out right here. Kepri's pretty weak. Poseidon's pretty weak. Bakasor is also pretty weak. We're going to go in, use our 2, get some good damage. We're able to set up the Kronos for the Poseidon. We're able to set up the Poseidon for the Kronos. Our red buff's here. We're going to go ahead and make a play for that. Cupid is all by his lonesome over in left lane, so we're going to rotate over, see if we can get him. Looks like he just used his 3. Looks like he's out of there. Nobody's in dual lane, so we're going to go ahead and clean up these minions, get the gold and XP for the minion wave. Purple buffs here, we're going to go ahead and drop it. Hercules is going to complain yet again. I get it, they want the XP and gold for dual lane, but at the same time, I'm a little bit behind. I'm trying to farm up myself. So we're thinking about going the Crusher, but we're going to go Jotunn's this game. Jotunn's is going to provide us 40 power, 150 mana, 10 flat penetration, and 20% cooldown. It has no passive because the stats are just that good. So the way flat penetration works is if, let's say, we're taking a look at our protections. We have 40 physical protections, so if we were attacked by somebody that has 10 flat penetration, they would deal damage to us as if we only had 30 physical protections. Cerberus is a little out of position. We're going to use our 3, we're going to use our 2. We missed the bleed damage from our 1, we use our ultimate. We're going to try to stick to him. We missed that 5th hit. That 5th hit is the maximum damage on our attack chain. And we're able to get the pick onto the Cerberus. So when thinking about Loki's attack chain, his final hit does the most damage, but you have 3 weak hits before you can get to that final hit. So what we can do is auto attack canceling. We could go in, use a auto attack, get that 100% damage on our first attack in our attack chain. Use an ability to reset our attack chain, get the strong hit off again. Buckosaurus here, we're gonna probably just let him do his thing. Yeah, I don't think there's too much we can do right here. We're gonna start falling back. Poseidon's here, we're gonna cast our 2. So we wanna attack with our first attack in the attack chain, use an ability to reset the attack chain, hit with the first attack again, use another ability, and so on. This is going to allow us to maximize our damage. We're a little weak, but we think we might be able to get a pick right here. Our team's grouping pretty well in mid. Mulan looks like she needs some help over in right lane. That Buckosaur is also pretty weak. We're going to blink in. We're going to use our ultimate, get the stun, get the basic, and then use our 3. We're able to get him off the basic. We're going to go ahead and invade the blue. We're able to get our pick. All of our abilities are on cooldown. We're going to get a little bit of map pressure. Drop the blue for our Mulan. We're going to go ahead and retreat. Our speed is up. We want to back for that. So after going into Jotunn's Wrath, we're going to be going into Hydra's Lament. Hydra's Lament is going to provide us 40 power, 10% cooldown reduction, and 10 MP5. For 8 seconds after an ability, the next basic attack we deal is going to deal an additional 40% damage. It also has an additional passive that we're going to gain 2.5% or 2.5 MP5 per 10% of our missing mana. So once we get Hydras online, we're going to be sitting at 30% cooldown. We're going to use our stealth. He knows we're here though. We're going to cast our 2. Gets a few ticks of damage, not enough to get the pick. Oh no, the reinforcements have come. There's... I don't know. He was very weak. We probably could have saved our stealth. Our blink was down, so we couldn't blink in on him. A little unfortunate that their support and their mid laner showed up. That was a 2-for-1 trade in favor of the enemy team, so that was probably not worth it. Blackosaurus here. Merlin uses his beads to avoid the cripple, dashes out. Great play by the Merlin. We're going to use our stealth when leaving Fountain, so we get that 35% movement speed buff. We're going to go ahead and rotate into the right jungle, since everything in the left jungle is down. Little love tap to the jungle shrine. Our harpies are not there. And our blue buff is not there. Little unfortunate. We're going to see if we can do anything in right lane since we went ahead and rotated over. Mulan's pretty deep. We're going to go ahead and just clear her wave while she's invading the enemy blue buff. Our harpies are back up, so we're going to rotate that way. Probably hit harpies, then our speed buff.
Retreat left lane.
Bakasura looks like he's trying to invade right here. We're going to let him get confident. We're going to come in, use some abilities. We got him about half health. We use our ult, but unfortunately we miss it. We're going to throw up our 2 in mid, and then head back to our speed buff. So that was a little bit of a misplay. If we would have hit our ultimate, I think we would have had kill potential on that Bakasura. We're going to go ahead and pick up our speed buff, head back to mid. We're running up the lane. I think it's a little bit better with Loki if you run through the jungle. That way they don't know you're there. Usually when you see a Loki, most people kind of step back a little bit. We're going to go ahead and rotate left, see if there's anything we can do. It looks like Hercules is able to get out. We're going to come in, cast some abilities. We're going to get the bleed damage, and that's going to be enough to get the Cupid. We're going to use our other abilities to escape. Our red buff is up, but they have really high pressure right here, so there's a very good chance. We're able to bait out the Poseidon ultimate. Cast our 2, cast our 3, get some good damage. We use our ultimate, that gets the stun, we miss the cripple. He's very weak, we gotta be careful. Bakasura is now here, we're gonna use our 1 to get away. Bakasura stops chasing, and we're gonna go ahead and back. We're gonna pick up our Hydra's Lament, and then we're going into Heartseeker. We'll go over Heartseeker stats once we get closer to a full item. So we were able to secure our red buff right there and also bait out a Poseidon ultimate.
That's too bad.
We're going to go ahead and drop our Harpy camp. Probably rotate to the mid Harpies next. Poseidon doesn't know we're here. We're going to use their stealth. Use our 2. So we are making a bit of a misplay by running in there and activating our 2. That's going to take us out of stealth, and then we're going to only have 2 seconds to land our basic attack to get the bleed damage from our 1. We really want to use our 1, get the basic attack, then use our 2, try to get another basic attack, use our 3, and then follow that up with a basic attack. Poseidon's here. We have our ultimate. We're going to go ahead and ult him, get the stun, get the basic, and we're able to clean up the Poseidon. We're going to go ahead and back because our speed buff is up. So Arondight. Arondight is going to provide us 75 physical power and 10% cooldown. Whenever we ult, we're going to reveal all enemy gods within 120 units for 8 seconds. While moving towards enemies, we're going to gain 30% movement speed. Our next basic attack is going to deal 40 damage plus 30% of our power once every 45 seconds. So this is like a Hydra on steroids whenever we use our ultimate. So we're really loading up a lot of damage onto our basic attack after using an ability. Cerberus is here. We're just going to go for a red buff. We're somehow able to secure it over the Bakasura. They are on Gold Fury. We might die right here, but we're going to try to contest it. Blink past the Cerberus. Use our ultimate. Unfortunately, they're able to secure it. We're going to drop our 2. Use our 1. They are kind of chasing. But our team comes in and distracts them. We might be able to help out here. Looks like we're just going to play it safe and back. Looks like our team's pushing them away. Milan's able to get the pick onto the Cupid. Milan goes down to their Bakasura. Poseidon is pretty weak, but unfortunately I think he has the distance that we really can't do anything to him. We're going to go ahead and drop the mid Harpies, rotate to our right back camps, hit the back harpies on the right side, and then probably rotate to the blue buff. So once we get Arondight online, we're going to have 40% cooldown. 40% cooldown is the maximum amount of cooldown that you're allowed to have.
Right tower is under attack.
Our speed is almost up. We're going to tap the jungle shrine and then rotate to our speed. Two people in mid. Poseidon looks pretty killable if we ult him. We're going to use our 2, use our 3. Since we are knock-up immune in our 3, we do not get ulted by Cerberus. We're going to use our stealth, Bakasaurus here. Use our ultimate, we get the stun, he's going to jump away. That was probably not the best ultimate, because we knew Bakasaur had his jump, or at least we didn't see him jump, so there's a good chance he still had it. We're going to pick up Arondight. This is going to be a pretty large power spike for us. Our red buff is up, but there's also a team fight going on in mid. We're going to use our stealth, cast out our 2, use our 3, and Kronos is able to secure the Bakasaura. We're going to go ahead and work on our red buff. Make our way to the fight in mid. We do have our blink. Cerberus is a little out of position. We're going to use our 2, we're able to body block him. We're going to use our 3, get the backstab. That is a Khepri ultimate. Mulan's taking tower. We're going to come in, ult Cerberus, get the stun while he's using his 2. We use our 3, but we get rooted ourselves. Kronos is able to clean up the Cerberus. Khepri's falling under the Phoenix, so we should be able to just get this tower. Fire Giant is open, so we're going to make a play for the Fire Giant. Go ahead and cast our 2. We'll tank a little bit of it, but we are going to step out right here. If we would have timed our 3 a little bit better, we would have been knock-up immune from the Fire Giant. After getting the Fire Giant, we're going to go ahead and get the Pyromancer. So every time you drop the Fire Giant or Pyromancer, there's going to be a sound effect that everyone on the map can hear. If you hit the Pyromancer first, they know that you're at the Fire Giant area. That's why if it's an open Fire Giant, I think you should go for the Fire Giant first and then the Pyromancer. I do like that you can skateboard while invisible on the RAPHAEL Loki skin. I think that's a nice little touch. We're going to go ahead and rotate to our blue buff, but there's a fat wave over in right, so we're going to clean that up first. That's going to be worth more gold and XP than the blue buff. We are almost level 20, but not quite there yet. So after going into Arondight, we're going to be going into Heartseeker. Heartseeker is going to provide us 65 power, 200 mana, 20 MP5, and 10% penetration. It's passive. Whenever we damage an enemy with an ability, we're going to remove 2% of the target's maximum health. This effect is going to scale up once we hit 200 power, caps out at 400 power and 5%. Subsequent hits on the same target are going to deal 75% of the bonus damage for the next 3 seconds. Bit of a team fight going on in left. We're going to rotate over, see if we can catch anyone out of position. We're going to throw out our 2 on the minion wave. There's Cupid. Bakasaur, we're going to ult him. And you know, I don't know about that. I thought we got him. We're able to get the pick onto the Cupid. Our team's on the Gold Fury. We're going to go ahead and clean that up. We're able to get the Gold Fury. Our tanks are saying attack left lane, so we're going to rotate there with them. Hop on the skateboard. Cerberus is here. We're going to use our 3 and our 2 on him. We're still not taking the tower shots. We are going to kind of step back a little bit. We did not expect to take the Khepri damage through the wall. We should be focusing tower instead of going for enemy gods right here. That's a bit of a misplay that we are not. Cerberus goes down. We're going to go ahead and focus the tower. Switch our attention to the Capri once we get our abilities. Bakasaurus here. We're going to use our 1. We're able to get out of it. We ult in, and we miss the cripple onto the Bakasaur. Because of that, we go down. We're going to go ahead and pick up Heartseeker. Our team is pushing left Phoenix. It's just the Poseidon left, so they should be able to get this Phoenix right here. We also have a fat minion wave. Yeah, I think we even have end potential right here. Very nice. So our team is going to be able to get the Titan while we are down. Hopefully they can get it before we respawn. Hopefully they can get it. They're kind of getting pressured. Well, that is going to be end of this one. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. The stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.